Two members of Red Velvet have left SM Entertainment. But is there some family drama in NewJeans' court case? Kiss of Life's live stream and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. By the way, we've been playing Genshin Impact on my second channel, so if you're interested in that, go subscribe. So it was recently announced that Red Velvet's Wendy as well as Yeri would be leaving SM Entertainment. But what does this mean for the future of Red Velvet? Not too much, it seems, because they will continue with group activities. So here's the announcement. So of course they announced that their exclusive contracts with the two members have come to an end, that the time they spent together was a great joy. They will cherish that time. But additionally, as members of Red Velvet, Wendy and Yeri will be working with us for their group activities, and we ask that you look forward to Red Velvet's shining journey that will continue to unfold. We sincerely thank you for the unsparing love you have given Wendy and Yeri up until now, and we hope you will give your warm interest to the two members as they embark on new challenges in their respective paths. And actually, the day before that the statement was released, Yeri went to Bubble to warn fans that a statement would be made, and she said, "Tomorrow morning there will be some news about my company that will be published, but I wanted to tell you this before the article, so don't be surprised. So I came early. That's how my heart is. I always love you. It won't change." So with that, I feel like a lot of people were expecting this to be the announcement, essentially. A lot of people worried as well, what does this mean for the future of Red Velvet? However, they will be continuing their group activities with Red Velvet. So what are your thoughts on this? It's definitely a conversation we've had before, and I think we're going to continue to have it more and more. As I said the last time, we talked about something similar, which I believe might have been Blackpink going on their individual ways, but sticking with YG for their group activities. This feels like something that would have been unheard of like 10-15 years ago. I feel like companies were a lot more rigid in terms of like, well, no, you have to stay. I don't know, maybe you guys have any examples, but I've never heard of companies previously being like, okay, you can stay with us for group activities, but go ahead and do whatever you want for your individual activities. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Moving on to NewJeans, who had another court date. So let's talk about what happened, because I think the big news that is going around is that one of NewJeans' parents is not in agreement with the girls leaving Hybe and going independent. And this actually comes from what the judge said. It seems that the judge had asked, has the family court decided on the exercise of parental rights, which has been approved for all legal actions taken so far? With NewJeans' side responding, there was a meeting held at the family court and we expect a resolution by next week. Once the decision is finalized, there should be no further issues. So it's been alleged that one of the members' mothers is against them doing this while their father is supportive of all of it. So in theory, they would have to go to family court to work that out. Like both parents need to be in agreement with what they're going to do. And if they're going to family court, then that would mean that they are underage members, right? And there's only two minors in NewJeans right now, those two being Han and Hedon, right? It does seem that a similar issue was raised on March 7th, the last time we talked about this, where the court was bringing up that the parents' rights needed to be addressed before proceeding with the case. However, NewJeans' parents have strongly refuted these rumors, basically saying that they're all in agreement, and it seems like someone is purposely trying to create division. They said all this in their NJZ_PR account, whose username has changed. We'll get to that later. But essentially they're saying the reports from some media outlets claiming that there is a division among the members' parents are completely untrue. They say that all 5 members have a very strong stance that they cannot go back to Adore, that they all agree that if all 5 of them didn't agree, they would not be going through with this. It is deeply disappointing and frustrating to see baseless rumors about family discord or a member leaving being published in the media. It almost feels as if someone is deliberately trying to create division. At first, we felt these rumors were not worth responding to. However, since specific members' names have now been mentioned, we have decided to make our position clear. The rumors regarding member Hedon are entirely false. Hedon and her parents are completely aligned in their stance, and any speculation about the family matters is also untrue. Due to these unfounded and one-sided speculations, the member and her family are experiencing extreme emotional distress. The process of adjusting parental authority out of respect for a minor's wishes was a matter concerning a different member. In that case, both the child and the mother were firm in the decision, so we kindly ask that you refrain from making assumptions about their family affairs as well. We want to make it absolutely clear that all families are fully respecting and supporting their children. But otherwise, we saw a similar type of back and forth between NJZ/NewJeans legal side and Adore's legal side, with Adore saying, you know, we properly invested into NewJeans. We invested actually a lot of money into NewJeans. They're claiming that for NewJeans debut alone, they invested approximately 4.77 million USD, which is double the cost of an average debut. They also claim that they invested around 20 million USD since the very beginning. But Adore claimed that they have still been paying NewJeans even after they said that their contracts have been terminated, and that each member collectively have received over 8 million USD since October when they said that their contracts were over. So Adore is saying, no, we continue to pay them monthly, and it added up to this amount. Now, of course, for NewJeans' side, they continue to claim that trust has been broken, that they can't possibly go back working for Adore because of that broken trust. We believe that the individual termination reasons mentioned are sufficient grounds for termination. However, even if each reason alone is not grounds for termination, the conclusion is that the trust between the plaintiff and the defendant cannot be restored. They also go on to mention how when Min Hee-jin was quote-unquote ousted, the new management that came in to take over had completely different values. The relationship of trust has been broken, so we cannot continue together. We hope that rather than looking just at Min Hee-jin in the situation where she has been kicked out, we hope the court will look into whether the past and current Adore is the same as the agency the group has trusted, and whether it is in line for them to continue working with the current Adore. So of course, NewJeans don't want to work without Min Hee-jin. A lot of these things are things we've heard before, right? We already know NewJeans don't want to work without Min Hee-jin, and we already know that Adore's response to that is basically that we offered Min Hee-jin a producing position, but she refused because she wanted to be CEO. But I digress. Adore then brings up that of course they could find another producer. It makes no sense that NewJeans can only exist with Min Hee-jin. They then bring up NewJeans' Hong Kong performance, saying that if they can do all that without Min Hee-jin, then why do they even need her? Adore is a subsidiary of HYBE, the #1 entertainment label in Korea, so it's nonsense to say that they cannot find another producer. Considering they prepared the Hong Kong performance without Min Hee-jin's help contradicts their claim that they can't do anything without her. So the judge was even talking about how this is a special case, even asking the question, isn't the breakdown of trust an abstract concept? I've seen many cases of idols wanting to terminate contracts because of settlement issues, but this is a special case. Isn't the breakdown of trust an abstract concept? I'll have to think about how to take on this case because each person feels differently about trust. Now, of course, we all remember NewJeans had made an account, NJZ_official. They were going to promote under NJZ, but then the court granted Adore's injunction to block them from their independent activities, right? Well, fans noticed that their account, NJZ_official, changed its username and deleted all their posts. So this account with over 5 million followers is now MHDHH_friends. But essentially, that is where we are with our newest NewJeans update. But with all that said, of course, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about Kiss of Life because they recently held a live stream for Julie's birthday. Now, the theme of this live stream was supposed to be old school hip hop. And here's even the invitation. Don't forget the dress code, old school hip hop vibes. But a lot of fans were really shocked at the way that they were dressed, the way that they were acting, the way that they were speaking, and so on, with a lot of people claiming it was racist and offensive. Here are just a couple examples.
Who that? No, I'm talking about me flirting with my man, and that's not a bestie.
People were even bringing up the fact that ahead of the live stream, Belle even asked people to please look forward to Julie Unni's birthday content too and promise you won't leave the fandom after watching it. So from there, Kiss of Life's agency S2 Entertainment did release an apology. We sincerely apologize for causing discomfort to our viewers. The true purpose of the content was to celebrate hip-hop culture, which serves as much of the musical inspiration for Kiss of Life. However, we apologize for our shortcomings in recognizing the negative cultural implications that our content could be perceived to have. Our members and team promise to approach cultural differences with greater caution and respect moving forward. All related content has been removed from all our channels. So I made a short about this, so let's read what some of you guys had to say. It's giving, we sincerely apologize because you got offended. That our content perceived to have that doesn't sound sincere. The problem here is that they weren't even doing it as inspiration. They were laughing and giggling, which seems a bit derogatory and feels more like mockery. Me when my parents forced me to apologize. I don't think they can convince anyone they've learned anything from this, considering they were aware of the backlash this stunt would receive. They'll bounce back after some time, I'm sure, because people move on quickly from such scandals, but their reputation is forever tainted in the eyes of people, especially Black and Hispanic fans who were eager to support them since the beginning. That apology really lacks taking accountability, sigh. It seems that the apology itself has sparked even more backlash. I've seen a lot of people say that the members themselves should have apologized, not just their company. And as you could see in the comments as well, a lot of criticisms towards the wording wording and the apology as well. But of course, let me know what you think in the comments. So let's end off with Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. So the most random thing that I see this morning, Mark of NCT becomes an ambassador for Tim Hortons Korea. What in the world? This is so funny. It should have been like an international thing. Imagine pulling up to Tim Hortons and you just see Mark. Just put his face on the ice cap cup. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol officially expelled from office. So a ruling that was made 122 days following his announcement of martial law and 111 days following the impeachment motion made on December 14th. So they will have an election to appoint a new president in 60 days. So then secret number, it seems that Dira, Jinny, and Minji have left the group, as well as Leah. Same thing for her. So from what I read, there's like 2 members left in secret number. Girls' Generation Hyoyeon went on My Way dining table, and the host Jian was basically saying how she wanted to be in Girls' Generation. But essentially, Hyoyeon says, you could join, we have room for one more. Something along those lines. It really depends on what translation you're reading. Some people are saying it's like, we got spot for one more, like a space opened up type thing. So a lot of people think she's referring to Jessica's departure from the group. So here's the interaction. Room for one more. There was a spot. Let's read what some people are saying about this. Indirectly acknowledge that her departure did leave a void in the group, but at the same time, this rubs me the wrong way. Like, her career took a huge setback. Her life was almost ruined and the public turned on her and we're just gonna make jokes about it. Now this is low-key evil AF. Everything is just a jokey joke to all of you, but Jessica speaking up about her experience being kicked out of the group because she got asked in an interview is her being immature and she should move on. Like, oh, okay. I think I get it, right? Making a joke about a spot left after kicking someone out and ruining her career in the process is beyond vile and downright disrespectful. So Jessica could make a series full of allegations against the girls, including one insinuating they drugged her. But the second one of them makes a joke about her departure. Her stands are up in arms. Spare me the BS. No, because if somebody can write novels shading the girls, why can't Hyoyeon make a silly little jokey joke? That one person who wrote a whole novel about it even released the second version of it and y'all said nothing. Hyoyeon just said one line and y'all are pissed. Keep going, Queen Hyo. What are your thoughts about that? Of course, let me know in the comments. I think that is basically it for our little Friday video. I've been testing out this new laptop, this PC. Is it like bad to keep it plugged in all night? About to find out, I guess. I've been really wanting to start gaming. I didn't even take the plastic off. What if I return it? What if this was like a terrible purchase? It's so pretty though. Let me show you. It's fully charged. Can show you the cute little, come on now. Look at the rainbow keyboard. Oh my goodness. So we've been playing Genshin. I'm trying to find like free good games to play because like it's an endless pit. You buy the freaking laptop and then it's like, well, now I need to buy the games. No, I'm playing all the free games. And you're like, why don't you play Genshin? No, it doesn't work. It won't. Okay, I don't make the rules. If I made the rules, everything would work on Mac. But yeah, let me know your favorite games to play if you think I would like any of those games. But that's basically where we're going to end this video. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as for me, I'm going to get going. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.